My name is James Walker. I'm Vice President of Managed Network Services for TATA Communications. We're here today at the Trading Architectures Show to talk about some innovations that we've been making in connecting data centers together. I think as telecoms providers we've been a little bit biased looking at services between trading locations as really just a set of network pieces. And now we're starting to look more at what happens actually within those data centers. We're looking to extend our Ethernet services further into banking trading environments. We think this is a really good solution for banks as they operate today, and also trading companies. It allows them to have a much more simple environment from a network architecture point of view. We don't need to look at routers or any sort of IP layer in there. It's a pure Ethernet environment end to end. This makes it very tidy for the bank. They don't have to have extra layers of architecture. They don't have to have people to look at that routing layer. And also allows them to be much more in charge of their own destiny. They can route packets where they need to go. They can aggregate services at the edge of the data center or even outside the data center altogether, and then bring it in through to wherever they need it to be brought into under their own control. As a network service provider, previously we would say that that architecture was something that was very difficult to achieve with traditional MPLS environments. Now with Ethernet services, particularly built on our PBB platform, we have something that's much stronger, much more flexible, much more cost efficient to deliver those services. At the event today, we've heard from many different companies in this space, and we find that a lot of the problems that they're facing are in fact quite common. And we're very optimistic that the work that we've been doing over the last 3 or 4 years in this space is going to bring real advantages to the areas that they look after. So we hear challenges of complexity, network complexity, where having multiple layers and multiple different types of platform connecting together, IP, Ethernet services, this becomes a very complex area to look after, very expensive, a lot of equipment needs to be put in place, a lot of different groups looking after a lot of different applications, very, very complex. Second thing is the growth of virtualization, both of applications and also of virtual services in general. Here, moving these types of services around between different data centers is a very big challenge for many of these companies. And by having a pure native Ethernet environment, we think that there are significant benefits gained by the architecture that we're proposing. There is no longer any need to renumber a virtual machine as it moves from one IP block to another, since it can stay within the same IP block but move from one data center to another. So in effect, we're enabling virtualization of a data center environment. And that is something which really has not been able to be achieved with networking technologies previously. We also hear that compared to perhaps previous years, there's a lot of challenges in the commercial cost of all the services that need to be provided, the continual growth of volumes and so on. And during the economic downturn, these challenges need to be met by cutting budgets and cutting services and so on. We feel that through embracing the Ethernet environment and using PBB technology, not just in the WAN environment, but also within the data center, a lot of cost efficiency can be gained, not just at a structural level by reducing the amount of overhead, but also within the data center itself by reducing the amount of equipment that's deployed. We also think that it gives the control back to the customer. So we have got several customers today who are frustrated with traditional networking services where they would essentially hand a packet over to their network supplier and then really not know what would happen to it after that until it came out the other side. We can give real control over intercontinental distances for every single packet that we receive, and the customer can decide on a packet-by-packet basis what route, what latency, and what service characteristics that packet is going to receive. That's a real step forward for these organizations. So we're really looking forward to seeing what the feedback is from the customer base of the environment that we're proposing and some of the technologies. And we also look forward to getting some of our customers involved in the ongoing research and development that we're doing to enhance the services that we offer off our platforms.